And the president isn't backing down on the next one.
He sure isn't. Now he wants a rule requiring players to stand for the national anthem. He tweeted, the NFL has all sorts of rules and regulations. The only way out for them is to set a rule that you can't kneel during the national anthem. NFL spokesman telling reporters today during a conference call, I guess I'd say he's exercising his freedom to speak, and I'm exercising my freedom not to react. The president's also been clear that he thinks players should be fired for kneeling.
But is that even legal? Can the NFL, or your employer for that matter, fire you for certain acts of protest or things that you say on the job? We talked to a Tampa employment attorney today who says the answer just might surprise you.
If you work for a private sector employer, then you can be fired for exercising what would otherwise be considered free speech.
Employment attorney Shayna Thorpe says the NFL is a perfect example.
Those individuals have every right to say and do whatever they want in terms of exercising free speech, and likewise the NFL has the right to either support that or they could fire that person.
But what about your right to free speech?
The First Amendment is something that prohibits the government from restricting free speech. That's why I limited it to private sector employers.
And what about those conversations you may or may not be having in the workplace?
An employer can fire anybody for things that they don't like the employee saying. And this is not going to be popular, but a private sector employer could terminate an employee because they disagree with that employee's political beliefs.
And living in the state of Florida complicates things even more.
Florida is an at-will employment state, which means you can terminate an employee for any reason, good, bad, or ugly, so long as it's not an unlawful reason.
Thorpe says what does work in the favor of employees is the old adage, there can't be rules for some and not rules for others. And a big question these days, can I really be fired for what I post on social media? Where Thorpe says, yes.
An employer can discipline or terminate that employee, but that's at that employer's own risk, because that employer may then find itself the subject of a National Labor Relations Act violation.